Hi. Welcome to Homeopathy Medicines. Today in this classic Homeopathic Materia Medica lecture discuss about homeopathic medicine Staphysagria by Dr. Farrington, MD. Before starting this video, please subscribe to this channel. We need support from you to make this channel more beautiful and more informative. Now going to discuss about Staphysagria, its uses and symptoms. Staphysagria is indicated in the first place in patients who appear pale, and are worn out and exhausted, especially as regards their nervous system. Both brain and spinal cord are weakened under its influence. The face is rather sunken, the nose is peaked and pointed, and the eyes are sunken and surrounded by blue rings. Mentally, the Staphysagria patient as a child is rather impetuous and irritable, reminding one strongly of chamomilla. As an adult, the Staphysagria patient is hypochondriacal. There may be one of several causes producing this last-named mental state when this remedy is indicated. First, sexual excesses. We find it called for in these hypochondriacal moods after self-abuse, and also when this mental state occurs in young men and young women as a result of permitting the mind to dwell too much on sexual subjects. Owing to his bad habit, the boy becomes apathetic and gloomy, and has this very complexion and sunken face that I have described. He rather prefers solitude and is shy of the opposite sex. Locally, there is to be noted an irritability of the prostatic portion of the urethra. This state of affairs is seldom the result of excessive sexual intercourse. Platina was recommended by Gravogl as a drug capable of curing spasms or convulsions, emaciation, and that train of symptoms following prepubic abuse of the sexual organs. Still another remedy is caladium, which is to be thought of when from masturbation the glans penis is as flabby as a rag. The prepuce when it is withdrawn behind the glans penis remains there, not having contractility enough to replace itself. Nocturnal emissions occur either without dreams or with dreams that are foreign to the nature of sexual subjects. Other remedies indicated in this condition are Dioscorea and Gelsemium, and that well-known group to which I have already referred in a previous lecture, Nux vomica, sulfur, Calcarea austrarum and Lycopodium. Among the new remedies, bromide of potassium alkali bromatum has been suggested. I have seen it do good when there was mental depression and weakness of the legs after self-abuse. In the female, in whom masturbation is not so common, we find ovarian symptoms resulting from the habit. Staphysagria becomes the remedy when these organs are in a state of irritability, especially in nervous excitable women. It may also be used in women of this class when these symptoms occur in the prolonged absence of their husbands. Still other mental symptoms belonging to Staphysagria, and symptoms too of a different type from those just mentioned, are the following: easily excited to anger, sensitive to the least impression, takes offense at every little meant or unmeant insult. We have Staphysagria indicated in what I have already termed a mental colic, that is, crampy pains in the abdomen following a fit of anger, just as we found present under chamomilla and colocynth. Chamomilla is called for in these cases by the association with the colic, of hot face, red cheeks and hot perspiration, and colocynth, by the severe pains causing the patient to double up for relief. Staphysagria is here complementary to colocynth, stepping in to complete the cure when colocynth is insufficient. We also find Staphysagria indicated in diseases of the skin and of the bones. This drug has long been used as a local wash to destroy lice or vermin. You may use Staphysagria internally when there appears on the skin an eczematous eruption. This may occur on the head, face or any other part of the body, but especially on the former two. This eruption is usually dry and formed of very thick scabs and itches violently, this last being an indication for the local application of Staphysagria. The peculiarity of this itching is that when scratching stops it in one place it goes to another. At other times these scabs are moist and are yellowish in color and very offensive, even breeding lice. Thus you see Staphysagria is suited to crustulacta or eczema capitis. Again, This drug may be indicated in children who are weak and broken down as the result of a syphilitic or psychotic inheritance. In such children, you almost always find the teeth decaying rapidly. Scarcely are the milk teeth full grown, then they become black in creases or spots and crumble away. In this respect, Staphysagria rivals creosote, than which there is no remedy serves better for the premature decay of the milk teeth, when they first become yellow, then dark and finally decay. Next to these remedies you may think of antimonium gridum, and in other cases still, chamomilla and coffea. In the Staphysagria patient, the gums are unhealthy, swollen, spongy and bleed easily when touched by the food or by the finger, this condition being associated with painful swelling of the submaxillary glands. It is especially indicated after the abuse of mercury. Staphysagria is useful in children suffering from inflammation of the eyes, particularly of the lids with hardened styes. For those little cystic tumors which form in the eyelids midway between the inner and outer surfaces, graphites is the proper remedy. These Staphysagria children have an eczematous eruption on the ears. Yellow scabs form about the ears. The exudation from these is bloody and seems to cause rawness of the skin. Still further, we find Staphysagria affecting the bones. It causes swelling of the periosteum with subsequent suppuration. It also produces on the skin figwarts or contylomata. These are usually pediculated. This symptom places Staphysagria among the psychotic remedies. Thus we find it quite the companion of thuja, being preferable to that remedy when there are present the form of eruption already mentioned, the crumbling of the teeth and the pediculated contylomata. In some cases we find it indicated in syphilitic ulceration after the abuse of mercury, the discharge being thin and acrid. An examination with the probe reveals diseased bone beneath. We have several remedies similar to Staphysagria in bone affections, whether of syphilitic or scrofulous origin. One of them is stylinia. This is of great use in syphilitic affections of the long bones, such as the femur, tibia, humerus, etc., in periostitis or in osteitis, the pains being worse at night and in damp weather. In addition to this, you almost always find an excoriating coryza, the well-known syphiliticozana. Another remedy is mercurius. Still another is kali hydriaticum, especially when there is a combination of syphilis and mercury in the case. Strentia is suited more to the scrofulous constitution. It is indicated in osteitis, particularly of the femur, with ulcers discharging more or less broken down bone. With the bone trouble there is apparent to be a profuse exhausting diarrhea almost such as would come with hectic fever. Another remedy is the chloride of gold and platinum, which is useful for either caries or necrosis. Still another is Gettysburg salts, which owes its effectiveness to the carbonate of lithium it contains. It is useful in caries of the vertebrae and of the hip joint. Another use of Staphysagria is found in its application to gout. It is not so useful for the acute paroxysms as it is when gout becomes systemic, when urate of soda instead of being eliminated by the kidneys is deposited in the various joints and organs of the body, producing arthritic nodes. It is also indicated in arthritic ophthalmia. The eyes burn and feel very dry, notwithstanding which there are smarting and profuse lacrimation. The pains go from the eyes into the teeth. In these gouty affections of the eyes, colocynth is also a good remedy. Upon the stomach and bowels Staphysagria acts, seeming to produce a relaxation of the stomach so that that organ appears to hang down flabby and weak. This same symptom you will find under ipecacuanha. There is a desire for brandy, wine or something stimulating. Such patients are subject to colic, which greatly resembles that of colocynth. You must also remember Staphysagria as a remedy in colic following operations about the abdomen. In diarrhea it is indicated when, in children, the disorder is associated with a peculiar form of stomachus, the tongue and gums are white and spongy, while there are cutting pains before and after stool, with a great deal of tenesmus of the rectum during stool, and escape of flatus which is usually hot and smells like rotten eggs. Here being similar to chamomilla, stool being renewed by any attempt to take food or drink, On the female organs, Staphysagria causes prolapsus uteri, and this prolapsus is almost always associated with a flabby condition of the stomach. The whole abdomen, contents and parietes, feels as if it would drop, so relaxed is it. If you investigate thoroughly, you will find that disappointed love or permitting the mind to dwell on sexual subjects has favored this relaxation. The leucorrhea which accompanies this condition is yellow and excoriating. Thanks for watching this video. If you want more videos like this, please subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon. Comment us your feedback. Like and share this video with your friends and family. For paid and free consultancy online, visit homeopathymedicines.com and mashclinic.com. Thank you. Have a nice day. Stay healthy, stay happy.